reasons to doubt, try to keep me down, but I'll put the flame out, you can't get to me. Throw your sticks and your stones, go break all of my bones, you won't ache my soul, you can't get to me. And there is no barricade that I can tear away. Shoot me down to fire away, away. But I'm a heavyweight. I'm a heavyweight. I'm a heavyweight. Push me down to the ground, what goes around comes around, you won't put the flame out, you can't get to me. Say what you wanna say, go take it all away, but I'm here to stay, no you can't get to me. And there is no barricade that I can tear away. Shoot me down, but fire away, away. But I'm a heavyweight. smile. Now the sunshine brings the light. Fill me out with a flame. I will let you in this game. Take me out when I'm down. 'Cause with you I'm safe and sound. 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 I'm safe and
Audio check 1 2 3. Audio check 1 2 3. Audio check 1 2 3. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Motive Racing YouTube channel. We are here for the 5th round of the GT3 Championship here on ACC on a PlayStation 4 and 5 here at Zandvoort for what I'm sure is going to be an excellent night here of racing. Let's get rid of that menu and get into the action here out on track 4 qualifying. So we've currently got a full grid of cars for this one for the 5th round of the season. So lots of action to be had and plenty of exciting racing to witness here. And we've got Saki and Andri on provisional pole position at the moment, doing a very strong job in what I believe is his debut here in the GT3. He's signed up for the championship over the course of the week and it's out there on track for the very first time, setting the pace with a fastest time of a 1 minute 36.666. And then you've got Luke Morato in second place, 10th and a half adrift of him, and then you've got Spuzz in third, 7 tenths behind Saki's fastest time. You've got Yellow Army currently sat in the pits. He's not going to prove in there now, is he? But we've got ST12 Dash out there at the moment in 5th place, Mez in 6th at the moment in this session, followed by Awesome Gumball in P7 at the moment. Nilsson sits in 8th place here in this session, followed by Scuderia Paul in 9th place, J Polotto 10th. Game for Life currently sat in 11th place, one of our regulars in the F1 League over the last few seasons, a multiple race winner in the F1 League here at Motive, but hasn't won a championship in the F1 League at the moment. He's a contender for this season though, that is for sure. We've got Mully, Rocco, Ratchet, funny looking guy, Stones, SOP Nelio and Just Dance all still yet to set a lap time. As Rompu's just gone fastest here. You guys can't see the timing screens at the moment, but Rompu's currently fastest by 6 tenths of a second actually on a 1 minute 35.7, so lovely times there from Rompu so far. But what you can see on the top left hand corner of your screen is the championship standings coming into this round. It would appear that the championship leader is not here tonight. He's not made it. So that is a bit of a shocker. The championship leader has not turned up. Let me just double check the Discord. We were only letting people in after 6 o'clock, so I don't know what's gone off here, but he's not here. And well, that's a bit of a strange one. So I think we're without Nils Barster for this week. Just looking down the order. Yep, scanned it 3 times. He's not here for sure. So I wonder what's gone off there. But in the meantime, it's currently Rompu setting the pace here in this session. Let's get rid of the championship standings anyway. So Rompu currently leads the way on a 1 minute 35.7 from SOP Nelio in second place, only 3/10 adrift. SOP Nelio took a very impressive win in the second race of yesterday for the GT3 Sprint Cup at Monza. He took the second race win of the night. Obviously the first win went the way of God, I forgot. A funny looking guy. It was a funny looking guy. It was a funny looking guy who took his first ever win at Motive. Oh no, he's just pinned it there. And he's needs to be careful here, as he's got somebody just coming up behind him there, gets it back going once again. It was a funny looking guy who took the win last night in the first race of the evening for the GT3 Sprint Cup. SOP Nello took the second win. Both of those two took part in that one, and they're both out on track tonight. But neither of them anywhere near the pace of Rompu so far. You got Saki and Andre now down in third place. Spuz has got himself into fourth place ahead of Ratchid. You got Rocco, who's sat second in the championship standings coming into this one, and he's in a prime position here to leapfrog Nils Barca. With the absence of Nils this time out, it's going to allow Rocco to take the lead of the championship as long as he has a strong round here this week. I'm just going to double check the Discord and see if Nils said he would be coming, because we had 10 regulars confirm they were coming and we had 9 reserves sign up to this one. So let's just have a quick look. Okay, he didn't confirm he was racing. Oh, he said he wasn't going to race here. So Nils Barca, we weren't expecting him for tonight, which is a bit of a relief, because I was worried for a second that we'd let a reserve in his place, but he said he wouldn't be here. So obviously Rocco should take the lead of the championship. The gap 20 points between those two. He doesn't need too good of a result to leapfrog him in the standings. You got Luck Morato in third in the standings at the moment. He's not too far away, and he could definitely do some damage. Currently in P7 at the moment in this session. Those two currently a 10th apart, 6th and 7th here in this session. You got Scooter Paul behind ST12. ST12 has got himself in the session, I believe. Yep, he's in 8th place at the moment in this session. You got Scooter Paul in P5 in the championship. He's a little way further down the order in P12 at this point. But lots of the contenders here in the championship, sort of in the upper to mid pack at the moment, or some of them in the lower to mid pack. So it's going to be interesting to see how they can get on. Obviously you've got a few reserves in here tonight. Rompu doing a really good job so far tonight. He isn't really a championship contender, but he could maybe stake a claim for a run at the title, possibly, if he's able to get a win tonight or a strong result. But we know he got pole position at Monza earlier in the season, and he wasn't able to convert that. He had a little bit of a scruffy race at Monza after taking pole in the qualifying session. So can Rompu do the business here tonight? He's on provisional pole by quite some way so far. The question is, can any of these drivers who are below him on the standings get themselves up ahead of him here? So let's just double check that our audio is working here on the stream. Here tonight, he's on provisional pole by quite some way. Yep, we're all good, thank goodness for that. So 5 minutes left to go here in this qualifying session for round 5 of Motive's GT3 Championship here at Zandvoort on Assetto Corsa Competizione here on the PlayStation 4 and 5. And it's currently quite a bit of a gap between Rompu and P2 driver SOP Nelio. Spuz in third place, quite close with Saki and Andre, and then from 5th all the way down to 10th, so 6 drivers there, are all separated by basically 3/10 of a second. So it's extremely tight. In fact, really, the gap between, yeah, it is from really from 5th down to 10th. It's only 4/10 of a second separating them, so it's very tight. In fact, I'd say pretty much from 3rd down to 10th, it's very, very close, but especially between 5th and 10th. But right now, Rompu's improved his lap time here. He's gone even quicker. He's down to a 1 minute 35.2. I did not expect this from Rompu here tonight. I tell you what, he was in the Discord earlier. He was posting messages on the GT3 chat this morning, getting all revved up for tonight. It's clearly a track that he enjoys. And well, Rompu, let's just have a look at the championship standings, because I'm not actually 100% sure where he is in terms of the championship. I know that he's a solid driver, but consistency is not always his forte. He's currently sat on... Oh, he's not too far. I mean, he's a long way off Rocco. He's 100 odd points behind him, but he's not a million miles away. You know, if Rompu is able to find a bit of form here at this point in the season, then who knows, he could really kick on and start a bit of a charge towards the front of the standings. But great job from Rompu so far anyway. 0.8 of a second is his gap at the moment over SOP Nelio at the front of the order. We currently got Rompu, Saki Andre, AA Ratchet, Awesome Gumball and Moody all sat in the pits at the moment. Well, you know, come on, they're not going to improve in there now, are they? But we'll have to wait and see what they can do over the course of this session. Can they get themselves out of the pits and back out on the track once again? That's the question. That's what we'll hopefully find out over the course of the next few minutes. But currently Spaz coming up towards the line. Can he improve on P3? He's currently just over a second off of the leader, Rompu's pace. He doesn't improve that time around. He's got about 300ths of a second back to Saki and Andre, sat in 4th in the standings. ST12 Dash is coming into the pits. We've got Luck Murato. He's done a time good enough for P6 so far. Ratchet is coming through the middle sector at the moment. He's just coming up the hill. We've got Awesome Gumball just exiting the pits at the moment. Rocco there coming through the middle sector. You've got Lonnie sat in P10 at the moment here in this one. He's 1.6 seconds off for the fastest time being set by Rompu. Funny looking guy just coming up on him at the moment. He's also on a lap by the looks of it, as he's flashing his lights there, trying to indicate to Lonnie that he's on his way. Hopefully he sees him in his mirrors. Oh, Mez is just... Oh, big slide there from Mez as he got onto the power. Mez also a new driver to the Motive Leagues tonight, Mez Koala, and he just had a big moment of oversteer there, but managed to control it. Driving in the Lamborghini, a ballsy choice on ACC. Not the best car on this game, but if you can tame the beast, it can be reasonably quick. But he's going to come out of the last corner. It's not going to be improvement, I'm pretty sure of that, due to that moment that we saw coming through the middle part of the lap. Yellow Army still sat in 13th place at the moment, just over 2 seconds off of the fastest time being set by Rompu. J Pilotto, Scooter Airport just behind them. You got Muley, then Nilsson in 17th place. Game for Life in 18th, followed by Stones in P19, and Just Don's currently rounding out the field in 20th place. Not being the night for Just Don's at all. Surprising to see, really, as he's a driver who you usually expect to be up near the front, but tonight's not been his night so far. Can he turn it around in the final few minutes of this session? As we got somebody watching my private stream, not sure who it is. Braddock, if it's you again, mate, first of all, you're a very sneaky man. Secondly, watch on Motive Racing's YouTube channel if you want. Just type in Motive Racing on your YouTube search bar. Whilst you're at it, like and subscribe and do all that nice fun little jazz. The thing not here, but anyway, we've got Just Dance coming out of the last corner. Can he improve on P20 here? He's 5.5 seconds off for the fastest time as he crosses over the line now. He improves, but not by nearly enough to get himself further up the order there. So that's obviously unfortunate there for him. But Luck Murato currently sat in P6 at the moment. He's got a bit of a gap back to Awesome Gumball, sat in 8th place. You've got Rocco in 9th. There's Lonnie, who's going to be next over the line. I think Lonnie's going to be next over the line as he's coming up over the start-finish line now. What is this time going to be for Lonnie? He doesn't improve just there for the time being. A funny looking guy still out there. There's Mez. Yellow Army is also on a lap. J Pilotto likewise. Scooter Paul's in the pits. We've got Muley coming through the middle sector at the moment as well. Just Dons is going wide there. Oh, he's all over the gravel. That's going to pretty much ruin his chances of improving here in this session. As we can see, somebody's improved. That's Rocco there, has gone up to P6, and we've lost a driver. Somebody has disconnected from the session. Hopefully whoever it is able to get themselves back in here. I'm trying to work out who it is before the timing board moves on. We have lost. Who have we lost? We're just looking through now. Cross-referencing here. Oh, is somebody up high? No, I've missed them, whoever it was. I've obviously missed whoever it was. Again, just looking left, looking right, trying to find out who it is. Can't clock because they've already come back, whoever it was, so we'll never know, I guess. But nonetheless, 9 likes on the video tonight, guys. Absolutely fantastic. We're loving to see as many people watching the stream as there are. And if you like what you see, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the Motive Racing channel. If you want to join us, if you're watching for the first time, be sure to go to www.motiveracing.com and join the Discord server. Get yourself involved in some of the action. As you can see here, full grid tonight. Full grid for the GT3s and the GT4s. We've still got a few spaces in the GT3 Sprint Cup on a Saturday night. Last night we had 15 drivers in the session for the GT3 Sprint Cup, so we've still got spaces in that one. If you're interested in that, come along and get involved. Also, the Porsche Super Cup running on a Friday night is one that has a lot of spaces. We haven't been televising that so far this season, but if we get enough drivers on the grid, we will be broadcasting that to the YouTube channel. At the moment, it's kind of just being given a chance to grow out of the spotlight, so it's kind of like a homegrown league, that one. We're just going to sort of rear it away from the TV cameras and all that, and just try and build it up before we bring it to the big screens here at Motive. But if anybody's interested in racing the Porsche Cup cars on a Friday night, 8:15 PM GMT, then make sure you come along and check that out. But that looks like it's going to be that then for the qualifying session anyway. It's going to be Rompu lining up on pole position. He takes pole by 0.6 of a second over Rocco. You got SOP Nelio in 3rd place, 0.8 off for the pole time. Spuzz in 4th, followed by Saki and Andre in 5th place. SD12 Dash in 6th. Luck Morato will be lining up in 7th place ahead of Ratchet in 8th. Awesome Gumball 9th ahead of Lonnie in P10. Yellow Army 11th place, followed by a funny looking guy in 12th. Mess in 13th place. J Palato 14th. Scooter Paul 15th ahead of Moody in 16th place. Nilsson 17th. Game for Life 18th. Stones in 19th. And Just Downs completing the field in at 20th place. I'm never sure whether it's Just Downs or Just Dawns. I don't know if he's English or Welsh or Scottish or Irish, then it's Just Downs, and if he's French, then it's definitely Just Dawns, but I don't actually know, to be fair. But anyway, we've got lots of comments coming in on this stream right now. We've been neglecting you guys in the comments. A big thank you to everybody watching at the moment. We've got Woody says hello, welcome Woody. JR says run DJC racing, checker flag emoji, let's go. Rompu puts a lot of practice in for this. As we can see here, he's done an absolutely phenomenal job tonight. 0.6 clear of Rocco. Fantastic job from Rompu. Rocco doing a good job in the Lexus as well. Not a track that you'd expect the Lexus to be too competitive around, but he's getting the best out of it at the moment. Well, not the absolute best, because Rompu's currently 0.6 clear of him, but 2nd place for Rocco. I'm sure he'll take that. JR says let's go Ratchet as well. Ratchet doing a good job, P8 in this session. Awesome Gumball says if this were real, I would have just caused a red flag. I'm pretty sure of that, mate, but luckily this is not a real race. But anyway, JR says full grid. Clap, clap, clap. Absolutely great to see a full grid here for the GT3s. Hopefully we can keep this up for the rest of this season, and who knows, we've got a 1 week season break in a couple of weeks, so obviously after the next round we'll have a 1 week break. We might even be able to set up a 2nd tier. How awesome would that be if we could set up a 2nd tier? That would mean the absolute world to us. It might mean we'd have to push this back by about half an hour and to accommodate the tier 2, maybe run that at say 5 PM or something. So guys, if you look at this, if you're watching now, if you think to yourself, oh, it's a full grid, what's the point in signing up? Don't think like that, because if you sign up, if we have the demand, we will provide the opportunities. Don't have any doubts about that. So if you want to get involved, just put in the sign up form and we'll get those set up. But we got JR also saying come on Rashid, push it. He says Lightblade says evening, welcome along with Lightblade, good to see you. Also got Raki saying good evening, full grid, cool. Shout out to Scooter Paul, good friend of Raki out there at the moment. He's currently qualified in 14th place. Let's see where I can get up to in this one. JR says Raki. Raki says hey JR Sim Racing. Rompu just smoked the field, says JR. He really did, he smashed it tonight. Awesome Gumball says got disconnected again. Unlucky. Raki says hope you guys enjoy my homeland circuit. Raki did actually go to Zandvoort for the F1 practice as well a little while ago, when the Dutch Grand Prix was on, funnily enough. But yeah, Raki's been to Zandvoort. He's from the Netherlands, so he's obviously, that's his neck of the woods. We've got Raki saying go Rompu, Rocco in that Lexus. Lightblade's impressed. So am I, mate, to be honest. The Lexus on paper around Zandvoort, not going to be the best car, but he is absolutely extracting the absolute best out of it, and that's what you want to see. As that was a bit of a hiccup there. OPT funny guy, or as he's now known on PlayStation, a funny looking guy, says, I don't like this track. Joram says, good luck, Game for Life and Scuderia Paul. Awesome Gumball, restarting my PS4, I might not make the race. Hopefully you do, hopefully we'll see you out on track, mate. Get a move on, you'll hopefully get here in time. He's just joining the session now, so he will probably miss the formation, having to start from the pits unless he's very, very quick about loading his setup and getting back out there. But he's going to have to be really, really fast here, is Awesome Gumball. I think he might have to start from the pits here. Alex Roy says, I have no idea how I managed to get the Lexus under 136s. Alex Roy, you're Rocco. I'm sure I've seen you in the comments before you were racing here. I feel sure that I saw you commenting on here on this channel before you actually were a driver, because I remember I've seen you commenting before. But anyway, Dimenta says, hello everyone, let's go. Shaw Freeman, evening all, welcome along Freeman. Freeman, our lead coordinator for the GT4s on a Wednesday night, does a fantastic job of putting that league together. One of our most exciting leagues we've ever had, that GT4 league on a Wednesday night. Hopefully I can get the GT3s to the same level. We've been pushing over the last week to try and get the GT3s to the same standard as the GT4s, and we're going to find out tonight whether that work has paid off. JR there, clap for Freeman as well, or I think for Rocco probably. I have to be honest, I think that's probably a clap for Rocco from JR. Very impressed with Rocco's effort there for P2. Game for Life says this track is more fun than in the F1 game. That's good to hear. I know it's quite a tricky one. Also, Raki says, Jerome, I didn't see him, so good luck to Game for Life. Bring your F1 talent to ACC, mate. Absolutely. Hopefully Game for Life can match that sort of pace that we see on the F1 game. He's a very quick driver in the McLaren on a Friday night. Can he do the same in the Lamborghini here on a Sunday night? JR says, hope you and Nana are good. Yeah, we're doing good, mate. Hopefully you and Lorna and Isabella are doing okay as well. Yep, Nana's good. She's not here tonight. She's not in the room at the moment. She's downstairs watching TV. Don't know what she's watching. Probably something absolutely rubbish. But she is in the house, but not with me in the commentary box tonight. Awesome Gumball says, clicked drive just as we started from the lap. Unlucky there, mate. It's a pain because it doesn't register straight away. I thought it was going to be close, but you just about missed it. I thought you might just about miss it when you jumped in with 20 seconds to go. Joram says, stream bugged. It's not on my end, mate. I think your download might be a bit shaky. Maybe because you and Raki are both watching a stream at the same time. Unless you're in the same room. Could be even worse, I don't know. But yeah, it's could be a bit of an issue. JR with that's a very kind of you, mate. Thank you. It was me, never mind, Joram. Yeah, so I think it's probably because you're both streaming at the same time, you're both watching it, so it's kind of taking a bit of a extra bandwidth from the both of you, but nonetheless, here we are anyway, ladies and gentlemen, on the formation lap, and we're just coming through the final few corners, getting ready to go green for round 5 of the season here for the GT3s Automotive on ACC. Can Rompu convert this pole position, which he's taken by over 0.6 of a second here in the qualifying session? Can Rocco take the fight to him in the Lexus? Fine, this end, says JR to Joram. Yeah, I think it's all sorted now, hopefully, but I think it was on Joram's end there. I think his download struggling, obviously, because both of them are streaming at the same time. D-Crocs says hello. Welcome, D-Crocs. It's been a while since I've seen D-Crocs. Good to see you in the comments, D-Crocs. I don't know what happened to you. What did happen to you? Where did you go? I'm guessing you might have moved to PC, but I don't know. Raki says, JR, we should have a Nana trophy for driver of the day. Oh, 100%. That would be sick. Let's go Ron DDC. Rompu for the win. Hard place to make a move. It is very difficult to overtake, so Rompu's in the prime position, but we're into turn 1 here on lap 1. Rompu maintains the lead, and Rocco's lost out here. He's lost out by quite a bit. Oh, he's had a collision there. Rocco involved in a major incident there, and he's already down to the back of the field here. What a disastrous start for Rocco. Oh no. So Rocco started in P2 in this race. He's down to the back of the pack here after the first couple of corners. Rompu leading the race, but Rocco and Yellow Army came together there after turn 2, and it's Rompu leading ahead of SOP Yellow. There's Saki running in 3rd place at the moment ahead of Spuzz. You've got Luck Morato, ST12 Dash in 6th place ahead of Loney. There's J Palotto, F1 looking guy there in 9th place ahead of Mully Mully. There's Yellow Army, Scuderia Paul, Game Fluff. It wasn't Yellow Army that he came together with. It was, oh, it might have been actually. I don't know who it was. It was, I'll tell you what, I think it was Mez. It was Mez. I'm pretty sure it was Mez that he came together with, but nonetheless, Rompu leading ahead of Nelio. There's Sakin in third place ahead of Spuz. Luck Morato, ST12, Dash from can go. Oh, and there's a collision in the background there. Is that an Awesome Gumball? I think it is. Awesome Gumball's come together with somebody. Rocco drives through the carnage there, as you can see him just ahead of Mez, who he had the collision with out of turn 2. But Awesome Gumball there having a collision, and J Pilotto also caught up in that one. So those two tripping over each other. It's been a chaotic first opening lap here, but at the moment it's Rompu leading ahead of Nedio, coming over the line to complete lap 1. Half a second is his gap over Nedio. There's Sakin running in third place, as we can see Nedio having a little look to the inside of Rompu coming into turn 1. Nothing doing, can't get the move there. Spuz in fourth place ahead of Luck Morato. There's ST12 dashing the background of this. A funny looking guy, Lonnie. There's Mully ahead of Yellow Army. There's Scooter Paul behind him ahead of Game for Life. As we see it, Game for Life. Oh, he goes wide there, coming through turn 1. He's onto the gravel there. He's going to lose out a bit of time here. There's Just Don's getting ahead of him, and Game for Life is going to lose out to, I think that's Stones there just behind him as well. Or he might hold on here ahead of Stones actually, or is Stones? Yeah, Stones just behind him there, so he held on ahead of Stones. But Game for Life having a big moment there. In the meantime, back to the battle for the lead. Rompu and Nelio currently separated by a tenth of a second. Nelio's giving pressure to Rompu. Rompu was clear on the way in the qualifying session, had a big gap in this one, but over the course of this first couple of laps, it's looking very much like Nelio is more than a match for him. Sakin keeping on to the back of these guys as well. This is a 3-car train battling over the lead of the race. D-Croc says, I don't have time to compete anymore. That's a shame, mate. Hello, long time no see to Raki. Is this for PS4, says Ricky Morcus? It is, mate. Yes, it is. You can join in the description. Join at www.motiveracing.com. Get yourself involved in the action. We're going to be setting up more tiers if need be, if there's demand. Rompu, Nelio and Saki no leading the race, and Rocco is in the pits at the end of the first lap, so the man in P2 in the championship is now up against it if he wants to try and take the lead of the championship, as he's obviously his rival for the championship, Nils Barson, not here tonight. This was a golden opportunity for him, but he's going to have to really fight over the course of this one. He's out of the pits, he's got that damage repaired. Let's hope that it's not going to cost him too much. He's just about going to come out on the lead lap here, but he has got work to do nonetheless. Rompu there in the lead ahead of Nelio. Sakin looking to the inside into turn 1, can't get anything done. There's Spuz ahead of Luck Morato, a funny looking guy running in 6th place. Lonnie ahead of Mully. There's the Yellow Army ahead of Scooter Paul. It's just Don's there running 11th place. Game for Life having a look to the inside, trying to make the move a little bit too far back, can't get anything done just there. Stones though has got ST12 dash looking down his inside. Oh, and Stones gets tagged in the back. Mez has just spun him round there, and I think Stones is going to be quite annoyed with that one. Mez just tagged him in the rear, and Mez, I think, really should be waiting for him there, but he's going to continue on his way, and he's still going here. So well, that was a little bit naughty there, I've got to say. And he continues on his merry way, but in the meantime Rompu's got just over a second of a gap here to Nelio, and we've lost a driver from the race here. So J Pilotto has retired the car on lap 3 of the race. He hadn't gone far. I don't think he made it out of the pits at the end of the first lap. JR says he's not even getting paid for this. Well, you have my eternal gratitude, JR, for not just plugging our links in the description on the comments section, but also for the commentary that you did on the GT3s on Project Cars 2 back in the day at the start of Motive, which was one of the things that really got us on the map and got us out there. So big thank you to you, mate. Belated thanks for that one. Yeah, he's not obviously very vocal in the comment section as well. Always a big supporter here at Motive. Big thank you to you, mate. D-Croc says, since my PS4 is in another house, it's very difficult for me to compete. Yeah, no, fair enough. We'll give you that one. That's definitely a valid excuse, I'd say. In the meantime, though, Rompu's managed to open up a gap here. 1.3 over Nelio. There's Sakin running a little bit off of these guys. Spuz there in 4th ahead of Luck Morato. A funny looking guy running in P6, and we've got Yellow Army looking to the inside of Mully into turn 1. Can't get the move done at the moment. Scooter Paul there running in P10 for the time being. Just Dons has got Game for Life pretty close on the back of him. There's ST12 Dash having a look to the inside of Game for Life. Oh, he goes very late on the brakes there. Almost got him in the rear there. I think he had to just try and get out of that a little bit to avoid running into the back of Game for Life, but ST12 Dash continuing on his way. Mez there running just behind. D-Croc says, I obtained my driver's license recently, so I hope to be competing soon. I have to be able to jump from house to house pretty soon. That's all. Where is it you're from, D-Croc? I can't remember where it is you're from. I know it's a German speaking country, obviously, because you got a German name, but I don't know where. I can't remember where it is you're from, but yeah. Congratulations on passing your driving test anyway, big milestone, something that I still haven't managed. Lightblade says congrats Decrox. To be fair though, like I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking to myself, if I'd had a driving licence over the last sort of 5-6 years, then I'd have probably died and I'd have probably killed multiple other people as well. So I think it's probably an absolute blessing that I still haven't got my driving licence. I would not have been ready for it if I had got it at a young age, I'm telling you that now for sure. But anyway, currently Mez there still running just behind these guys. Just Dance though is trying to keep Game for Life at bay at the moment. But we can see Game for Life looking to the inside of Just Dance here at the moment. Oh, I appreciate that, JR. Thank you, mate. Nice Decrox, says JR. Decrox says Puerto Rico. Ah, yes, Puerto Rico, of course. Wait, they don't speak German in Puerto Rico, do they? I don't know. I thought it was Decrox. Dicrox is pronounced, or Decrox. Oh, we can see SD12 Dash trying to go around the outside of Mez here into turn 1, a little bit too far back. Oh, Mez getting a big slide there on the curb, but keeping onto that one for the time being. I tell you what, that was close there. As you see, Game for Life gets tagged round. Oh, Mez has been involved in a few little skirmishes tonight, as we can see him now tucking in behind ST12 Dash, but ST12 Dash getting ahead of both of them. Game for Life there just got tagged in the rear a little bit by Mez. Oh dear. Raki says this stays. This is the cool thing about online racing, all these nationalities. Yeah, you do get a lot of variety. Cosmic Mike, Andy's geography is on point. I'm thinking to myself, they speak Spanish in Puerto Rico, don't they? It's in South America. No, that's what I mean. Puerto Rico is in South America. I swear it is, right? Or Central America. Don't they speak Spanish there? They don't speak German, I'm sure of that. JR says, I would hate to have seen Decroc's first set of tyres. I've seen him in a cup car. And Lightblade says, Mez! Yeah, man, Mez is getting involved in a few skirmishes in the early stage of this race. He needs to just calm it down a little bit. It's his debut race, maybe it's the debut nerves is getting to him a little bit, but he just needs to get himself back into a relaxed frame of mind and get himself in the zone here, because he's making a few mistakes. Just needs to breathe a deep breath and get his head back down again. But currently Luck Morato and a funny looking guy separated by 0.4 of a second. Right now it's all a big slide there from a funny looking guy as he got onto the power, but keeping it pointing in the right direction for the time being. Gap at the front between Rompo and Nelio, 1.8 seconds. So these two currently giving us a good show here out the front. Saki in there running in third place, just over 5 seconds behind Rompo. There's Spuz running in fourth place ahead of Luck Morato. Funny looking guy there all over the back of Luck Morato at this point. You got Lonnie there running in 7th place, 4 seconds behind him. Yellow Army in 8th place there has got Mully half a second behind him at this point. Scooter Ripple there in 10th place. SD12 Dash running in 11th has got just on a second behind him. There's Game for Life ahead of Nelson, and Mez running in P15 at the moment. Sorry, Decrox. They speak Spanish and it's in the Caribbean. I thought it was in the Central America or something, but yeah. Sorry. Sean Freeman says, oh, Mez, I think he may have annoyed a few drivers. He has, yeah, unfortunately. Look, I'm not going to go in on him because it's his debut race and he's obviously cutting his teeth into the action. And I can tell he's clean for the most part, but he's making little mistakes. He's braking too late. He's running into people, and there could be a few steward inquiries after this. But nonetheless, he just needs to take it on the chin and keep going. Sebastian saying in the comments, Andy equals Mr. Worldwide. I don't know about that. Oh, that reminds me of one of the Yo Mama jokes. I don't know why. Whenever somebody says worldwide, I just think of that. It's always. I'm not going to actually say it, but I'm sure some people will know exactly what I mean. But in the meantime, Rompu putting out a gap here to Nelio, currently 1.7 seconds separating these two. He thinks Leeds is in Scotland. It's in South Yorkshire, mate. I know where Leeds is. I've been there twice. Oh dear. It's Sakin's wide onto the grass a little bit. Sakin out of shape there, and Spuz is up the inside, up into third place. What a disaster there for Sakin. A big moment there, down to fourth place. So he's lost the position there. Spaz now into the podium spots. Also keeping an eye on this battle here. Funny looking guys all over the back of Luck Morato. These two battling out over 5th place at the moment, as they're now coming in towards this this braking zone. It's kind of like a bit of a chicane before the last right-hander of the lap, but at the moment he's keeping him at bay for the time being. That corner is so different on the F1 game. I think it's because of the grandstand. It makes it look like it's a much bigger sort of space than it does on this game, but it looks like a completely different part. It looks like a different place. But anyway, we're currently watching these two, Luck Morato and a funny looking guy's got a great run here, coming out onto the start-finish straight. He's a little bit closer this time around. Can he make the move in towards turn 1? He's not even going to make a feint to the inside at this point. He's just going to think about that one. And he says, Mr. Nationwide. Oh, I'm not sure, mate. I don't actually have a Nationwide bank account. I've got a Barclays bank account, mate, so I couldn't ever affiliate myself with Nationwide. As we can see, all side by side here, Luck Morato and a funny looking guy going wheel to wheel there. Bit of a door bang between the two of them. Luck Morato holding on for the time being. A funny looking guy though, really putting the pressure on him here. Sakin is also on the back of Spaz here. These guys battling it out over 3rd place, and just noticing on the timing board there that just on looking down the inside of Scuderia Paul. Can he get this done on the exit of turn 2? The side by side, sorry, not Scuderia Paul even. Nilsson, no, not Nilsson. Just on's getting ahead of, no, I don't know. I'm really sorry. I don't know. I think that's a lap car. It is a lap car. A lap car is confusing me. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. It's Rocco. It's Rocco. That's Rocco there being lapped. Sean Freeman laughing at that one there from JR Lightblade. Why is our boy Ratchet in the pits? I don't know. I'm not sure what's happened to him, to be honest. But he's maybe got some damage on the car. Smashed first lap. Yeah, I remember he got the damage on the first lap. I didn't realise it was that bad that he couldn't continue on. But Ratchet in the pits doesn't look like he's going anywhere fast at the moment. Raki says Andy only remembers places with good circuits. To be fair, I think like Zandvoort's got to be the second most hated track on this game, aside from Paul Ricard. It's like this one and Paul Ricard. But having said that, we've got a great turnout tonight, and you know these drivers seem to be enjoying it. I don't know, I get mixed messages about Zandvoort, but loads of people said they don't like it, but ultimately tonight, the turnout that we got tonight suggests that it's pretty well liked by the drivers. I tell you what, it's always good action. It's a very uncompromising circuit. You haven't really got much room for error, as it's all gravel and grass, the runoffs, or at least the most of it is. So it's you haven't really got much of a redemption opportunity if you do mess up. But right now anyway, Ron Poo leading this race. S.O. Pineda is closed up to within 0.6 of a second of him, so this is a pretty close battle here between these two. Luck Morato and a funny looking guy is still separated by not much, 0.3 between those two, and Lonnie's now closed up onto the back of him as well whilst they battle it out. Just Dons has got Awesome Gumball and Nilsson pretty close behind him. Nilsson's now dropped back into the clutches of Game for Life a little bit. I like that Monaco race in Brazil. Sean Freeman, I enjoy racing here, hard track, and you know you've done an hour afterwards. Yeah, you definitely do. Well, to be fair, you guys did 90 minutes the other week. That was that is a long race to do around this track, especially when you've got to start from the back as well. But I watched it back afterwards. I watched it on the onboard of yourself and on Ryan's, and one thing I noticed that was quite remarkable was the fact that how quickly you two made your way back through the pack. I mean, after about 20 minutes, both of you were, you know, up in like the top 5. So I was pretty surprised at that. But yeah, to drive 90 minutes around this circuit, no mean feat. I'm noticing here on the stream we've got a black. Oh no, we haven't. No, that's me. That's just me. I don't know. Very strange that. Raki says, how can you dislike Zandvoort if you like Brands Hatch? Or am I the only person who likes Brands Hatch? No, I think everybody loves Brands Hatch, to be fair, mate. Also, Cosmic Mike says, very tight circuit for sure. Yeah, there's not really much room for overtaking, as we see Game for Life just proving that theory wrong. Down the inside of Nilsson, they're up into 13th place. Can ST12- try and knock Nilsson while he's down here? Down the start finish straight, Nilsson defending to the inside, but ST12- is going to go around him with the slipstream of Game for Life in the foreground there. We can also see Awesome Gumball looking to the inside of Just Dons. Still can't get that done. Still can't make the position here at the moment, but Just Dons wide there coming out of turn 2. Awesome Gumball's alongside him now. He'll have the inside for this next corner, but Just Dons keeping it around the the outside and doing a good job there of holding on to that P11 for the time being. Also looking out for the battle at the front, still 8 tenths between Rompu and Nelio. You've got Luck Morato running in 5th place. He's got 3 tenths of a second back to a Fred guy. Oh, Fred guy's lost it. Oh, what a shame there. He's binned it there, and Lonnie now onto the back of Luck Morato here. But a fun looking guy down to what looks to be 8th place in this race. He's managed to get no further back than that. He's now down in 9th place. He's been passed by not just Lonnie but also Yellow Army and Mully as well. What a shame there. A funny looking guy down to P10 in this one. Only drivers who don't like Paul Ricard are the ones who cannot drive it. Yeah, I think it's difficult. It's a very difficult one. I mean, I'm definitely in that category. I drove it for the first time ever on last Saturday for the British GT. It's not called the British GT Sprint Cup anymore. It's just called the GT3 Sprint Cup because it's not actually British. Yeah, you all know what I mean. The GT3 Sprint Cup, I raced in that around Paul Ricard, and yeah, I struggled because it's the first time I drove it ever, and I had a nightmare race. Got to say, nothing more than that. Brands my favourite track, says Sean Freeman. That's why JR wishes that's true, JR. That is why I do not like it. Raki, probably true, although it isn't an inviting track to race. No way. Nelio, they're very close on the back of Rompu right now. 8 tenths between these two. They've been pretty close, nip and tuck between these front two ever since the start of this one. But at the moment, Rompu keeping on to this position for the time being, and it's just pulled out a little bit of a gap over the course of that middle sector there. Just over a second now separating these two. Just Don's running 11th place, has got SD12 Dash just behind him. Nilsson there running in P13 ahead of Game for Life. Bit of a gap back to Mez there running in P15 at the moment. Awesome Gumball's in the pits, so he's come in very early here. The pit window doesn't open for another 7 minutes, so he's going to really lose out by coming in and making that pit stop at this stage. That is for sure. Brands is iconic, says Lightblade. Not keen on Paul Ricard. Good track for drifting. Yeah, it'd be good if they had it on Project Cars or Gran Turismo or something, wouldn't it? Unpopular opinion, Paul Ricard is not that bad. The fast corners are very fun in my experience, says D Crocs. Raki says, shall I join you? And how does a noob like me do that? Let me get you in, mate. Just join on, just go on PlayStation. Actually, you know what? 1 second. Also, I'm just going to reload the stream because it's lagging a little. But we're just going to go to this stream and we're just going to quickly reload the stream. Give us about 10 or 15 seconds here and we'll quickly have this back on, guys. Apologies for this. You wouldn't want to see it reloading on the screen. It would look very tatty. It's probably back in 720 again. There we go. Right, should be a bit more clearer now. Here we go, back on again. Right, Raki, check your Discord DMs, mate. I'm going to send you the spectator password. Right, so Raki, I've just DM'd you the spectator password there on Discord, mate. So if you go to the server as usual and just type it in as if you're joining the race, and that will put you into a screen where you've got basically what I've got here right now, where you can see sort of like the trackside action, and then I'll send you a party invite now to the comms box, and we can get that sorted. In the meantime, we are experiencing a little bit of lag on the stream at the moment. I'm not 100% sure why. It's getting a little bit to the point where it's a bit difficult to watch right now, so give us a minute. We're just going to try and sort this out if we can. We are staying on air right now, guys. We're just currently on the hub screen. Let me just get Raki in for a party. Apparently your privacy settings mean that I can't get you in the party. So it won't let me send you an invite. Also, sorry about this, guys, just the momentary disruption that we've got here, which we'll trying to get sorted out. Right, it should hopefully be a little bit better. I may have to drop the bit rate because it might be trying a bit too hard. If I drop it down a little bit, it might be better. Let's try that. No, if anything, that's worse. Yeah, Raki, if you send me a friend request on PlayStation, it should hopefully let me invite you to a party, but I can't send you a friend request, it won't let me. But yeah, I'm sorry about the laggy nature of the stream here, guys. I'm trying to get on top of this if I can. Let's put the bitrate back up again. It's not really making too many odds now, to be honest. It's strange because the Wi-Fi is fine. I'm telling you this. The Wi-Fi is not a problem. Maybe a frames per second. It should be on 60. How high I can actually go on the bit rate before it goes too high. Right guys, we're going to take a very short break whilst we just reboot this this stream and see if this brings us any joy. So stick with us guys, we won't be long. Right, it's kind of at a point where it's not awful. It's a little bit sketchy, but it could be a bit worse. So I think we're just going to roll with this. We're just going to roll with this and hope that it gets a bit better. We're also going to get Raki in. So just bear with for a second. Right, so here we are once again. So 30 minutes left to go here for the GT3s at Zandvoort for round 5 of the GT3 Championship here at Motive. Stream's a little bit choppy, but it's not the worst. We're running at about 24 frames per second at the minute, so it could be a little bit worse. We have got Raki in the box. Raki, first time I've ever heard you or spoken to you. Welcome along, mate.
Yeah, good evening, mates. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. You alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Good, good.
Loud and clear.
Loud and clear, we got you. We just saw Scooter here pull there, losing it out on the last corner. He's got a bit of damage on the front of the car. Are you in the are you in the spectator mode in the server?
No, at this moment I'm spectating Scuderia Paul's going to the pits, and I'm wondering if I can watch the stream and have you in the chat also.
Yeah, so we saw Scooter Paul losing it there. He's going to come in and get the damage repaired. Luckily for him, it was the last corner, and also we're in the pit window at the moment, so it's not going to be the worst situation for him, but we'll see where he obviously comes out, as a lot of the drivers who are behind him have already pitted, so he'll filter out somewhere lower down the order. But right now the race leader's Rompu. He's still yet to come in for his mandatory pit stop. Saki and Andre was running up high in the early stages. He's lost out by a lot over the pit window. I actually didn't see what happened to him, because we haven't really been able to follow the last few minutes as we've been trying to sort the stream out. But yeah, he's lost out a little bit. Mentioned to Nelio, he was obviously on the back of Rompu. Be interesting to see Raki if he can get the undercut here, because he's already come into the pits and Rompu's sticking it out for the time being. So Nelio was right there before, could be a factor over the course of the rest of this race.
Yeah, and I don't know how good their pit stop skills are, because it's always a challenge to stop time in the pits. Makes you lose a lot of time.
Absolutely. You got to make sure that you stop in that box, otherwise you end up having to, well, first of all, like, you've got to stop the engine, you've got to be on the ball with that, but yeah, there's a lot of little extra elements to ACC involving the pit stops that makes it, I think, even more of a sim game really. It's always quite exciting to see who messes that up, and also the tyre changes will make a difference as well. If Nelio, say for example, doesn't change his tyres, then he could get the jump on Rompu, but then obviously Rompu will have a faster car towards the end of the race as well, so we'll be looking to see what sort of gains are made. Can Nelio find a bit of time here and get himself out ahead of Rompu? As we've got 2 minutes left in this pit window at the moment, so we're expecting Rompu in. Stone's also due to come in at some point, and I'm looking at the stream and I think it's sorted now. I dare say it's sorted. It seems to have stopped. The issues seem to have stopped now. We're back at 60 FPS. So I don't know what was going on. I don't know why it went down for so long, but it seems to have sorted itself out. So thank God for that. That's all I can say.
Yeah, it seems like Scuderia is also recovering quite well. And is there also something going on between PewDiePie and SD12?
I think SD12 dash. Whereabouts is he at the moment? He's just coming through the last corner. Seb there saying in the comments that my computer can't handle the 60 FPS. It's alright now. It's usually fine. It's just, for some reason tonight, it's been a bit funny. But it's usually okay. Usually it's no problem at all. Anyway, Stone's in the pits. Rompu's been in the pits as well. Where's Rompu come out in relation to Nelio? Is this going to be close between these two? It looks like Nelio's jumped him. Nelio's ahead. Nelio now in P1 here.
Oh, there's going to be a fight then.
Definitely. Question is, did Nelio change tyres? If he didn't, then we'll expect Rompu to be a little bit quicker in the last part of this race.
It's quite large.
It's so far at the moment. We see here Nelio in P1. Let's see what the gap is on this timing screen. Top left of your corner. 4.4 the gap between these two at the moment. So Nelio currently with the upper hand. He's got the advantage, as we can just see Nelio there putting a lap on Awesome Gumball, who seems to have quite a bit of damage on the front of that Ferrari as he lets him through there. That number 15 has been in the wars. You can see there that has got markings all over it, so he's going to have to limp round and get that sorted out, I'm sure. Luckily for him, pit window's still open. He's already made his mandatory pit stop though, so that's not really going to do him much good here in the grand scheme of things. But
as you see, the gap is now 4.4 seconds, so maybe Rompu can find his rhythm back and try to close that gap.
Yeah, it's coming down. Obviously with Nelio having to negotiate Awesome Gumball, it would have slowed it down a little bit. We just saw Rompu there having to come through the scene of the wounded car there as well. He's got ST12 dash just behind him. You can see there he's just been lapped by Rompu at the moment, but he's going to have to charge after him here. Rompu's had the pace tonight. We saw in qualifying 6 tenths clear of everybody else, and over the course of this race he's been in control for most of it. Nelio's been putting the pressure on him, and that hard work has paid off. Now obviously with the pit window coming into effect, he's managed to get that jump and he's gained 0.3 of a second through this first sector so far. So at this point, Nelio looking good. Took the win yesterday in the second race of the evening for the GT3 Sprint Cup, and he's looking set to make it another win here on Sunday night for the main GT3 Championship. But anything can happen over the next 24 minutes. Still a long way to go, as that was a hiccup.
Indeed. Like mentioned earlier in the comments, it's a tight circuit, so closing the gap is one, but then you have to get past. It can be quite a challenge.
Absolutely, it's not going to be easy, that is for sure. But we can see these guys have got quite a big gap here to Spuzz. Spuzz is just putting a lap there on, I think, was that Game for Life there? He was just making his way through, I think it may have been. But there's Spuzz there running in third place nonetheless in the final podium spot at the moment. You've got Luck Morato a little bit of a way behind in fourth place, and somebody's just come into the pits here. Oh, it's Awesome Gumball coming out of the pits there. Game for Life currently in the pits, and a funny looking guy in Ratched. Well, Ratched never really got going, did he, to be honest?
And I didn't see what happened to him. Somehow he's unlucky, getting caught up in a lot of incidents lately.
Yeah, for sure. We saw him in the first lap. He got involved in that bit of a scuffle, and since then he had just had the damage, had to come into the pits. I don't think he ever left the pits. I think he thought after that, well, I don't want any further part in this. My race is ruined, and I think that was where his interest really ended. We're going to drop down the FPS a little bit here because I don't think we need it on 7,000 anymore. Now that the not the FPS, sorry, the what's it called? The thingy, the other thing. I don't know. The bit rate. But anyway, Ratched not having the race that he would have wanted. He's out of the pits once again though, so Ratched's actually come out of the box. Let's see what he can do. Let's see if he's got pace. Oh, he's on the grass. Oh wow, what has happened here? Ratched on the grass, coming out of turn 2. Wonder what's going off there. In the meantime though, Saki and Andrew looking to try and make the move on Scooter Paul for 8th place, looking down the inside. Oh, he's going to send one here. Scooter Paul sees him coming, goes a bit deep onto the brakes, but he gets that move done, and Scooter Paul looked like he really didn't fight that very hard at all there. And that's Saki and Andrew up into 8th place even.
Was that at the Bentley? Was that Nelio? No.
No, Ratched. It was Ratched. Yeah, Ratched just came out of the pits, so he lost out a little bit at the start, and he's just come out of the pits for the first time here in this race. But it's currently Nelio out in front at the moment. He's got a 4.5 second lead over Rompu. Rompu not really closing that gap at the moment. Obviously we saw on the first lap out of the pits he gained half a second, but then since then it's pretty much just extended slowly, and at this moment in time it's Nelio looking to try and take the win here for round 5 of the GT3s at Motive, as Rompu there running in P2 coming into turn 1 at the moment. There's Spuzz in the background coming through the final corner at the moment, still running in P3, but at this point
Nelio's looking quite decent, good lines, not overdriving
Yeah, he looks quite managed at the moment, doesn't he? He's not really going overboard. He's just doing what he has to do at this point. He looks very calm. He's got quite a smooth driving style from what I can see. But Rompu there lost a little bit of time coming through the middle sector there. Gap's now up to 4.8. So I can't see Rompu reeling that gap down over the last part of this race. And Elio was putting a lot of pressure on him in the first part, and I think if it wasn't for the fact that obviously Rompu was already ahead, I think that Elio probably could have gone a little bit quicker over during that first stint of the race. So I think with that clear air having got the ascendancy here, I think this is now Nelio's, well and truly Nelio's to lose. Noticing on the timing screen, Sakin's already gapped Scuderia Pool by 3 seconds. Gap between Mez and Stone's currently 4.7, so not much separating those two at the moment.
And Nelio's close enough to a back marker, I think. So it could be interesting in a couple of 2 or 3 laps maybe.
Yeah, he's just coming out onto the start finish at the moment. Where's Rompu? Rompu's there just coming around in the background. Awesome Gumball, what a shame for him after the incidents that he's had. He's running 3 laps down at the moment. Is that, it's not Rocco in front of him, is it? It can't be, is it? It might be actually. No, it's not Rocco directly in front of him. He's in fact just behind somebody else. Can't work out who it is though. But the gap's going up at the moment, just over 5 seconds now separating SOP Nelio and Rompu. So Nelio looking very strong here in terms of pace. Mully's got the gap at 3 seconds to Lonnie. I think that gap's coming down. I don't know if Lonnie made a mistake. I hadn't noticed that one before, but that seems to be coming down by a little bit now. So Mully could be tasting, could be sensing an opportunity to take P6 here in this race. So we've just under 20 minutes left to go here in this one. Oh, Saki and Andre going into the wall a little bit there, and Mez is into the pits. 6 minutes since the pit window ended, so obviously he's not coming in to make a mandatory stop. This is clearly for damage as he stops in his box there. Gap up to 7 seconds between Nelio and Rompu. Is Rompu just pushing a little bit too hard now? Maybe.
Yeah, could be already had a back marker, I don't know.
Yeah, it could be a back marker there that he had to negotiate, but he's going a little bit wide there, just tagging the gravel ever so slightly as he came into the final corner. But he's got the McLaren just behind him of ST12 who's actually matching his pace at the moment. He's been behind him, he's been there on his tail for the last few laps now. Thomas Vieira have a race in 30 minutes, but it's always good to check and say hello. Good to see you, Thomas. Thomas did a great job yesterday in the GT3 Sprint Cup. You were racing in it yourself, Raki. We saw obviously Thomas got so unlucky with the disconnection towards the end of the race. He was leading the second race by quite some way as well, and he, unfortunately for him, got disconnected very late on. And obviously the first race as well, he was running up in the lead pack before he got involved in a bit of a tangle which dropped him out. So Thomas there made a very strong debut last night and got unlucky to not really get many points out of it. But good to see Thomas in the comments. D-Crocs there, 5 Ferraris in the top 6 and none of them leading the race. Will Nelio in the Bentley doing a great job. The Bentley, I wouldn't have thought it would be great around here. I wouldn't have thought it'd be too bad either, to be fair. But the Ferrari is definitely the best all-rounder in my experience. It's the one that can pretty much do everything. It's got reasonable straight line speed, it's good in the corners. Generally you can't go too wrong with the Ferrari, and that's probably why it's doing so well here tonight at Zandvoort. But Nelio currently doing a great job in that Bentley at the moment, and he's got a 7.5 second lead over Rompu. Rompu's now matching Nelio a little bit over the course of this lap, but that gap now looks like it's, unless Nelio makes a mistake, that's going to be pretty much unassailable here.
Yeah, I lost about 2 seconds in the last 6-7 laps. So I think that at this point in the race, it could be expected that Nelly will win, but you will never know.
Yeah, he took 4/10 on Rompu there coming through that final sector, so he's continuing to pull out that gap. As we look at Lonnie, sat in 6th place at the moment, he's got a 1.7 second gap here to Mully. So Mully continuing to just gradually eat away at that gap to Lonnie. This could be a tasty battle here in the final quarter of this race. as he can now very much see that number 27 Ferrari in front of him. He looks through that windscreen and he can see that Ferrari getting larger, and likewise Lonnie can see the Audi looming ever more present in his rear view mirrors. But can he get ahead of him if he's able to close up onto the back of him? Lonnie took 2 tenths back on Mully. I called him Lonnie there. He took a couple of tenths back coming through that sector there in the middle sector, but Mully even took another 4 tenths out of Lonnie through that final sector. So on the whole, Mully closing in on Lonnie at this point, and the gap at the front continuing to rise between Nelio and Rompu. 8 seconds separating those two out the front at this point. Rocco has got the gap down to 3 seconds to Stones as well. That's one we've got to watch out for, because Rocco is going to be pretty much on him in a couple of laps time, I would imagine, going at the pace he is.
Yeah, it seems like second also found a space again. It's doing quite steady, increasing the gap slowly from Scuderia Pole, about 6 seconds now.
Yeah, it looks like Sakin has done really well since obviously getting that move done on Scuderia Pole. Paul just driving his own race in 9th place at the moment. Sakin was up there in the early stages, was on the podium spots and looked to contender at one point for the race win here in this one. He was not too far away from Rompu and Nelio, but had a couple of mistakes and had a disaster of a pit window, which has well and truly dropped him out of the running and down to the mid-pack. He's a little way behind Mully. I think he's not going to close up to Lonnie and Mully, but 8th place nonetheless, and he's showing some really good pace in the back end of this race. Lonnie though has got Mully now within 6 tenths of a second of him, so this one is going to be hotting up very, very shortly, as Mully might be able to get a run here coming down the start-finish straight. It's going to be pretty close as they come out of the final corner. Can he get the closing speed? He's going to tuck into that slipstream here. Lonnie's now going to get a lovely run here down towards turn 1. I think he might be a little bit too far back. Lonnie's going to defend to the inside as Mully nowhere to go there. Can't get it around the outside. He's not in a position really to do that. Lonnie for the time being keeping on to this one, but Mully letting him know he's there and that he wants to get this done before the end of this race. Still a long way to go, and still plenty of time for Mully to get himself into sixth place in this race. As Rocco has got the gap down to 2 tenths of a second, and he's got ahead of Stones in fact. So Rocco up into 13th place. He's made that move there coming through the first sector, and Stones losing out on that position there, so Rocco into P13. Mully though still running in 7th place, still can't get Lonnie done. The gap at the front between Nelio and Rompu's continuing to go up, over 8 seconds between those two now. Always we can see Lonnie going a little bit deep into that corner there. Mully trying to go around the outside, trying to get the cut back here, but Lonnie just parking his car perfectly on the inside, and there's nowhere for Mully to go. He's looking all over him.
On this part of the circuit, you just have to keep your patience. Just wait for straight again, to try again.
Yeah, he's waiting for that cutback, but Lonnie's not giving him any quarter at the moment. Lonnie's very wily in how he's defending that position, because he's putting his car in all the right places and he's waiting. He's as soon as they get on the power, he's putting his car in a place where Mully just has nowhere to go.
Now he has an opportunity.
Yeah, this could be P6 here for Mully. Lonnie's going to defend to the inside, and now Mully's going to have his sent around the long way here. Can he go late on the brakes? He's going to look to the outside, but Lonnie once again just about has the legs. Mully though might get the run here coming out of turn 2, but Lonnie should have the inside for the next corner. But it's still going to be side by side. Mully almost getting that done there, but you're definitely, it's to your advantage to be on the outside for turn 2, because you have the inside for most of the corners for that next sequence. And Lonnie there just keeping it onto that one. P6 again. Awesome Gumball says, I just killed myself again. I don't know what Awesome Gumball managed to do there. That's actually physically impossible, I must add there, Awesome Gumball. You can only do that once, but right now,
It will be the last thing you have to do.
yeah, it's not like you can do it again. It's like once you've done that, there's no coming back. But right now, Lonnie's still running in P6 at the moment, 4 tenths between these two.
Well, he did an attempt. It's a bit of
Oh, here he comes. Here goes Mully Mully again, looking to the outside, once again going to try this move, but Lonnie going late on the brakes. He's gone deep though. That might give Mully Mully an opportunity here, but once again Lonnie, he's just such a good defensive driver. He knows exactly what Mully Mully's trying to do, and each and every time he's covering off. But Mully Mully now looking to the inside, once again trying to get a cut back, gets a little bit too heavy on the curb there, couldn't really get the traction out of the corner, and Lonnie gets a much better exit out onto the straight, and this time around he's going to be comfortably surviving any pursuits here from Mully Mully. This is great racing from these two putting on a fantastic show here for 6th and 7th places, and at the moment Lonnie clinging on by the skin of his teeth, but Mully Mully's coming for him. As we've got just under 11 minutes left in this race here for round 5 of the GT3 Championship here at Motive on ACC on the PlayStation 4 and 5. Big thank you to everybody who's joined us in the comments tonight, and to those who have liked. If you haven't already, guys, please do drop a like on the video. Let's get it to 15 likes if we can. That would mean the absolute world to us here. If you want to get involved in the on-track action, go to www.motiveracing.com as well. Sign up to the championships. We can get you involved in the action that you see out on track.
It seems like Mully Mully's getting a little bit impatient. His lines are a bit sloppy, touching the gravel or the grass. I know he probably senses he's got to go over speed, and somehow it just can't pass him. So
I noticed him. I noticed him a couple of times. He's now trying to play little games with Lonnie. He's ducking to the inside. He's doing little feints, trying to distract him in the mirrors. But Lonnie doesn't seem to be in one bit phased by any of that. He's not too bothered really by anything that Mully Mully's throwing at him. He's just standing up to everything that Mully Mully's throwing at him. And it's been really impressive from Lonnie, I've got to say. These two, both their debuts tonight actually, funnily enough. I've never seen any of these two racing here at Motive before. They signed up over the course of the week. I think they are friends. They signed up at the same time, so more than likely they are friends. And they have just really shown how much they know each other here, one thing, but they've shown us how to drive.
yeah, probably they trust each other because it's very close racing. Let's see if they will still be friends after this race.
Well, we'll find out. As long as they don't tangle before the end of this race, hopefully there shouldn't be too much love lost between these two.
No, and as I'm looking at the time between Nelly and Rompo, it's also increasing around about 10 seconds now.
Yeah, Rompu putting a lap there on Scooter Air Pool. So Rompu's done a good job here tonight, and could have maybe taken the win, but I think Nelio's just about had the race pace over him. Rompu was definitely the man in the qualifying session. He had pole by 0.6 of a second, but Nelio, I think, over race pace has been the man here, I've got to say. Nelio's been unstoppable since the pit window. He's just driven away. Rompu though can come away from this one with his head held high. He's done a really good job tonight. He's made a superb effort, and it looks like at this stage it's going to come up short, but who knows? We never know. Race 2 yesterday, we saw Thomas disconnect from the lead in race 2. I'm not saying that's going to happen to Nelio, and I hope it doesn't, because it would be devastating if that were to happen, obviously. That would be, the ultimate commentator's curse. That's the last thing we want to see here. But we don't want to be seeing any of that kind of thing going off. But definitely at this stage, it's looking like Nelio's got this. But anything can happen. That's my point. And I'm not making the point of that I'd like to see a disconnect, because we do not want to see anybody disconnect. But what my point is that Nelio could have a spin. He could get caught out by a back marker. Anything can happen. It's by no means set in stone at this point.
Like the saying, to finish first you have to finish.
Absolutely, and it's never over till it's over as well. But we got Lonnie at the moment. He's still running in P6 Raki. Mully still can't find a way through. It's been great driving from Lonnie over the course of the last few laps. He's not put a foot wrong under tremendous pressure from one of his friends, I assume, as they signed up together. They're coming up on a lap car here that seems to be just Dan's there, or just Don's. I don't know the pronunciation, it's one of the two, but at the moment I think he's moving out of the way, so he's getting well out of the way for these two who are battling. Doesn't want to be the thorn in the side for either of these two drivers as they make their way through, and good driving there from Just Don's. But just noticing the timing board here, Nelio has dropped it somewhere. He must have dropped it because he's now only 6.6 seconds ahead of Rompu. This is an interesting one. He's gained 4 seconds there over the course of this lap, so I don't know what happened to Nelio, but Rompu now might be able to see him down the start-finish straight next time they come round. 10 people watching the stream at the moment, guys, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This race for the win might not just be over just yet. I mean, Nelio's got one hand on the winner's trophy for this race, but never say never. Rompu's going to be right there if he makes another mistake. You can bet on that. In the meantime though, Lonnie still keeping Money at bay. Half a second separated them as they came over to complete lap 33. They've just got a lap car there. That was obviously just on, so that they lapped on a previous lap. You can see there the pace they've got over the back markers here. These two really going at it. As we can see there, Lonnie sliding around there. Had tagged the grass a little bit coming to that part of the track as well. That's not going to be what he wants. He'll need to be doing less of that if he wants to keep on to this P6. He's been very consistent and hasn't let the pressure get to his head so far, but he needs to keep it that way. As we can now see Money looking down the inside, and he's going to go for a lunge. Has he get it stopped in time, or has he gone deep? It looks like Lonnie's going to get the cut back on him. Great racing from those two, and Lonnie did manage to execute that cut back to perfection. I thought Money had that move done for a second, but he went just that little bit too deep into the corner, and Lonnie was ready for it. Saw that coming from a mile off. Now Lonnie goes deep once again. Oh no, and now Lonnie's going to lose out here, and I think Money's going to complete that move. That is the position done there. Money up into 6th place. He has finally made it work. After lap after lap after lap of pressure, Money up into 6th place, and Lonnie there just went a little bit deep into the chicane, and that's all that Money needed there to get that position.
Yeah, it was a little bit of hugging, a little bit of pushing, but he did it.
Definitely a little bit of trading paint, but rubbing's racing, as the saying goes. Oh my god! Oh, he's gone late on the brakes. Lonnie goes deep into the first corner onto the gravel, and that's going to pretty much put a nail in his chances of coming back at Money there. He's going to need to be careful because Sakin's not too far behind as well. He's now only a couple of seconds behind him, with him going so deep into that first corner. And well, that's a big moment there for him. Massive moment.
I just witnessed the turn 1 incident. Did you also? And do I watch the stream with a little bit of delay compared to you or not?
Yeah, are you in the spectator mode, or are you watching the stream?
I'm watching the stream.
Yeah. There is a delay. The best thing, if you go onto the server list, and you join the server as if you're racing, but then type the password that I sent on Discord. And you'll be watching the same screen that I'm watching. So yeah, load up the server list as if you're joining the server to race, but then type in the password that I sent on Discord, and you'll be able to see the screen that I'm seeing in real time. So we'll be watching the race live essentially. But Sakin at the moment on the back of Lonnie here. These two separated by 0.8 of a second as Sakin trying to throw one down the inside there. But Lonnie for now keeping on to this one. Nelio in the meantime out in front. He's got a 17-second lead now, so Rompu must have dropped it somewhere. We were talking earlier about Nelio potentially losing it somewhere because Rompu had closed in so much, but now Rompu's done a madness somewhere out there, and that's given Nelio some comfortable breathing space here, and Rompu's only got 9 seconds back to Spuz, so he needs to make sure he doesn't make any more mistakes. And if he's got damage, then he might find himself vulnerable here. He has got a bit of damage. The front of that Ferrari has taken a little bit of a scratch, so hopefully that's not going to be a problem for Rompu, and he can still hold on for this P2 here in this race, as he's got the back marker of Scuderia Paul in the background there behind him. But there is Spuz coming over the line to start the 36th lap of the race. 8 seconds the gap between Rompu and Spuz. Rompu should be safe and sound there, as Lonnie has lost out to Sakin here, and Sakin's now in 7th place. So Lonnie, after defending so well from Money for lap after lap after lap, eventually got passed by him, and now Sakin up into 7th place as well. So Lonnie having not the best couple of laps. just there then, as he's now got somebody just behind him. Is that Rocco trying to unlap himself? I think it might be, yeah, that is Rocco just behind Lonnie there, looking to try and get into some clean air. The gap coming down at quite a rate between Rompu and Spuzz here. How many more laps are we going to have? Are we coming on to the last lap? I think we've just got a lap and a bit left to go here, so this should be, Rompu shouldn't have too much of a task to keep P2, as the clock is now ticking and time is running out. But SOP and Elio out onto the start finish straight here, about to start his 37th lap of the race. There's Rompu coming out of the last corner. The gap now down to 5 seconds between Rompu and Spuzz. But I think Rompu's got just enough in hand. He should be okay to limp around this final lap here. As Rocco now within 2 seconds of just Dan's. Can Rocco pick up a P12 and get a couple more points here?
Yeah, Bully see some reward ahead of him, because the gap is now 1.3 with Saki, so managed well.
Yeah, if Mully hadn't got Lonnie done when he did, I think that he would have probably had Sakin right on the back of him. I think it was a good thing for Mully that he got ahead of Lonnie, because he was losing a lot of time behind him. Obviously he was behind him for so many laps, and he eventually managed to get through, and you can see how close Sakin is to him now. But I think Mully should just hold on here. In the meantime though, let's go to this man here, SOP Nelio, as he's got a few corners left to go here in this race. Pressured Rompu for the entirety of the first stint. Those two were pretty much bumper to bumper throughout the first part of the race. Pit window rolled along. Nelio managed to get the jump, came out 4 seconds clear of Rompu, and then since the pit window he just gradually pulled out the gap up to 10 seconds, made a mistake, it dropped down to 6 seconds briefly, and then Rompu dropped it and got a bit of damage on the front of the car, and since then Nelio has pulled out that gap. He's out of the last corner here. Nelio up towards the line, takes the checker flag here at Zandvoort for round 5 of the GT3s here at Motive on ACC on the PlayStation 4 and 5. Well done to Nelio in the number 21 Bentley. What a job, a flash no lights from him. In the end, dominated Rompu in that final stint. Well done to Nelio. What a drive from him, Raki. Absolutely great job tonight.
Yeah, indeed, congrats to him. But there's also a good fight now between Rompu and Just Dance. Rompu and Just Dance.
Yeah.
Last lap.
Rompu coming over.
Yep.
Rompu holds on from Spuzz for second place by 1.4 seconds. But yeah, you're absolutely right here. Just Don's is just clinging on by the skin of his teeth here to Rocco. Let's cut to these guys as he's now really close on him. Where's that Morato? He's coming through the final few corners. We'll cut to him in a moment. But look at this here. Rocco now looking to try and go around the outside of Just Don's. Yeah, he's going to be sent around the long way here. Now he's going to get the cutback.
This is over yet.
Yo. There we go, lovely move around the outside from Rocco, and he's going to get that done. Surely he's going to have the inside for the next corner. Just Dons is not going to give it up easily, but Rocco's got that one done now, up into his 12th place. He really fought for that one. A good comeback drive from Rocco. Luck Morato's crossed the line. He's taken 4th. Yellow Army classified in P5. Mully, after coming for Lonnie over those laps, managed to get ahead of him. He's pulled away a little bit from Sakin over the last laps here, so I think Sakin must have made a mistake somewhere, because the gap now 2 seconds between those two. They were pretty much bumper to bumper a moment ago, but Mully comes over to take 6th place here after a very good battle with Lonnie. Sakin comes over to take 7th place, really charged after Mully in the closing stages, but couldn't get there in time. Lonnie is going to come over to take an 8th place finish here in this race. A decent result for him as he takes the checkered flag. SD12-Scooter Red Bull classified in the top 10. Nilsson, Rocco, Just Dons and Stones making it to the end. An awesome Gumball Mez, Game for Life, retiring a little way out. A funny looking guy, Ratchet and Jay Palotto retired before the pit window. But Raki, we saw a great race here tonight, and some good battles, and very clean on the whole.
Yeah, indeed, mate. And the first stint, I thought Rompu had it in the bag, but somehow Nelio found a good pace, and yeah, he just managed it through the end of the race with great speed and great consistency. So well tried for him. Congratulations. And we know Rompu will get there in the next race, always fighting. After all this time in the Porsche, it's still getting a bit of used to a Ferrari frame, of course.
Yeah, for sure. Rompu's always a driver who you can bank on giving it a good go, and he practices throughout the week for this league, so he'll be back, and hopefully he can get a win here in the GT3s at some point this season. But I want to say a massive thank you to everybody who commented on the live stream here tonight. Thanks for the support as always, guys. Couldn't do this without you, helping us to grow, helping us to continue to thrive here at Motive, and obviously we enjoy bringing this sim racing content. I obviously love commentating myself. Good to have Rocky in the box tonight, and hopefully we can get you back in at some point in the future again, mate. Pleasure to have you with me tonight.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Now I know how it works in America spectate, so next time no delay.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully we'll have you in from the start and we can be on it from the beginning. But there we go then, that's the server being, well, we've just been kicked out of the server. I think Freeman's just done a reset there, so hopefully that's Freeman and not the server going out. But good thing that it happened now and not during the race anyway. But nonetheless, guys, we're going to get off now. I'm just going to pop the standings on the screen for the end of the race, as we usually do. But yeah, I want to say a massive thank you once again. We'll see you in the next one. Join us on Wednesday night for the GT4s. We'll be live as per usual from 7 PM GMT. That's going to be an absolute cracker as always. GT4s possibly my favourite. I hate to say it, obviously I shouldn't be saying that considering we've got the GT3s out on track at the moment, but I do love the GT4s. We're looking forward to that one already. But yeah, thanks everybody once again, and we will see you very soon. Good night.
slipping by. Why do I get myself? Why do I get myself caught up in these lonely nights? Oh, why do I get myself? Why do I get myself caught up in these lonely walk through my heart. Show me alright, 'cause all